Fellow Ambazonians, the objective voice, again, the 16th of September 2022. The hunter of Ragmo knows that when you meet the hole, you have to check the outlet, what we call boxing. First, second, third holes. And if you have those boxing or first, second, third holes known, you will likely succeed to catch the Ragmo before he ever escaped. Yes. If you are not able to know the outlets, the first, the second, the third, or the fourth outlets from the men, then you may definitely lose the Ragmo, because while you are on the men, it will find its way through one of the outlets and disappear. Yes, fellow Ambazonians, I am centering this discussion on La Republique, who seems to act like a Ragmo. Yes, the behavior of La Republique is just like that of a Ragmo. If you see the behavior of La Republique in line with the Swiss initiative, that's what I'm trying to talk. It's just like that of the Ragmo. The Ragmo knows that people will come after it. And what he does is, while in the hole, he will bust first, second, third hole, foot, knowing that if you are unable to discover any of these holes, as you are trying through the men, you escape through the second or the third or the fourth and go. But if you discover all these three, place fire before you are blowing fire into the Ragmo and the smokes are getting there, you discover all the outlet. What is left over for the Ragmo is to stay in the hole and die in the hole. And sometimes you need to dig and go and pick the Ragmo from where he has died because of the smoke. What am I saying? The Swiss initiative began with somebody who went there and was immediately taken to prison. It started with somebody who went there and then went to prison. It's ending with someone going to prison and they declare it closed. It started, someone went there, come back, go to prison. It is ending, the same person is in prison 1 week or 2 weeks before they are declaring it no more part of it, the person is in prison. Can you connect? Can we connect? Fellow Ambazonians, can you connect? Abdou Karim was in Swiss during the first meeting. He landed in Cameroon. He was taken to prison. Now, he has been out there moving up and down talking about Swiss initiative. When it is 1 or 2 weeks for it to be declared closed by the enemy that I'm not part of it, he went to prison. If you look at it very well, look, critical observation. First, prison, after Swiss, and then prison, then it is declared ending. That is one whole of the Ragmo. When this Swiss initiative was created, La Republique thought that they will have a means to escape within the Swiss initiative. They will create some holes inside, where in that particular initiative, they will have a way to escape. One of the first holes was to delegate a person who will pretend like us to be there and listen and come and give them all the information. That was Abdou Karim. I have said this. I have talked about the nomadic future of Abdou Karim from Cameroon to Swiss, Swiss to Cameroon, Cameroon to Canada, Canada back to Swiss. The nomadic characteristics of Abdou Karim, I exposed it and I explained to us that the purpose of his going to Switzerland was not for Ambazonia. He went to Swiss to go and gather all the information. He was sponsored to Swiss by the Republic. That was the first hole of the rat move, trying to see how he is going to get an escape route. If he dominates, why on the table, he will have to pass through that escape route. That was the first escape route he dug by injecting their member within us. Their core person. That man will never call Ambazonia. He calls Southern Cameroon, and pretend to be us. That was the first hole the Radmo dug in line with the Swiss initiative. And then when that hole was dug, the enemy dug the second hole. The second hole was that one. They should try to go and in that team they should meander a way where that organ that is opposing them should be like a junior, and that team becomes superior. And within that superior organ, they should take that main organ that is doing what? Opposing them, to be like just a voice, and they elect someone different. And that was Andou for Boheben. That was true for Boheben planning, which is still part of them. Planning to become the head of Team Act, and then they give superiority of Team Act over the core IG. In that case, they will have an escape route. It's true for Boheben that has collected blood money from them, is now sitting above in Team Act as the overall president of Team Act, chairman of Team Act, and the IG is just a member, and he has a final say, and he is not for our complete independence. He has already collected money. Then they can use that even on the table as an escape route, since the final say will come from that overall big organ, which they claim is above IG. We also go further to discover that other escape hole dug by that rat mole. They dig a hole through Abdou Karim. They came and dig another hole through two for Boheben to sit as the overall big man of Team Act, and not our president, Dr. Samuel Sako, even though he comes in with majority. They wanted to play a game and put him down and put him two for Boheben. We saw that hole. We saw that hole. Then now, what did they do? They created the third hole. The third hole now was to make sure that the sideline, the IG who refused to permit Andou for Boheben to lead the sideline IG, and then form that organ now without the IG, without President Sako, and then bring someone in like that was part of the coup d'etat, like Chris Andou. In that case, when they are going there, Dr. Sako will be out, Chris Andou, who is part of them, will now be there, and will champion the talks there, and there, that will be they can use him as an escape route. They can use him as an escape route on the table. That was the third route, that was the third hole created, an escape route of the Radmo. When we saw that escape route, when we saw this other escape route, what is left over to them? Yes, they want to remain, the Radmo will then want to remain in the hole, because the escape route number one through Abdou Karim, noted, discovered, blocked. Escape route number two through Chris Andou to want to supersede and become the voice there, noted, blocked. Escape route through using two for Boheben as the overall big organ and raising Team Act above IG, noted, block. The three escape routes dug by the Radmo are all seen and noted. That is the strategy when we go for hunting for Radmos. What we do is that we clear the whole area and try to discover all the escape channels of the Radmos. When we block all of them, We go now and set fire. When we set fire, the Radmo is left with no other option than to find ways to escape through the men which is having fire, which is not possible. And because of the smoke, the Radmo sometimes will just decide to die, and then we dig and remove the Radmo, or we come through the manhole. Target face to face through the manhole, and we blow the head. That is what is happening with the Republic. So I want fellow Ambazonians not to be surprised and just to be happy. That's why I said when you are winning, if you are in a war front, and you have a blow, you knock down your enemy and you don't know that you have knocked down your enemy. Your enemy is bleeding and you don't know that your enemy is bleeding. You'll be confused. Instead of exciting and looking at more ways to cut the leg, you'll be there thinking that the enemy is still facing you. When you win, know that you have won. When you win, know that you have won. It's not by coincidence that Abdou Karim went to prison 2 weeks before this thing comes out. It was already the next step after we have suffocated the Radmo and discovered all the channels was already communicated to him. So what does he need to do? To remain relevant, he has to align to the next agenda since we have already blocked all the holes and the Radmo is suffocating. So the next strategy is what they have told him, that for you to remain relevant, because through Swiss you will no more be relevant. He wanted to take his relevance through the Swiss initiative. That he is part of it. He is from Grand Zero. He represents Grand Zero, though representing the enemy. So he wanted to remain relevant through he wanted to be relevant through the Swiss initiative. But since the enemy told him 2 weeks ago that we will not now go on that table, all the holes have been discovered. We have to face the enemy digging into the hole direct. Because all the holes have been discovered, we cannot escape through those holes. So we will have to come out through the main hole and face the one that is coming to us direct. So in that case, if you want to keep waiting on the Swiss, you Abdou Karim, you are redundant in that direction. You are of no use in that direction because you are no more going there. So find another channel that you will be useful. So they now tell that if you can go to prison, and the war keep fighting until during the time we are trying to say, oh, we forgive prisoners, you have some rule to play like what? Because Pangalafo, the Kintasan and Seseko and all those that were captured from Nigeria, when they will release them like political prisoners, at least there will be some happiness, there will be some sorrow, there will be some positive movement towards them for having sacrificed themselves in that prison for that time. And at that moment, even though they have their own negativity, people may want to see them for their own sacrifice. So why don't you go and become relevant in that direction, so that when we are trying to say we release political prison, you have some positive energy will direct towards you that you have suffered a little bit in prison. That's where you can make yourself relevant. Because that area of Swiss where you wanted to be relevant through Swiss, we are no more going there. They have discovered all the holes that we wanted to use to escape on that table. The whole tune for Bo Herbert to become the overall of that Team Act and Team Act to to IG, they discover it, they knock it. The whole true Chris Andou to take over from the IG and then be the one to take us to that table, they discover it and they knock it. The one where they send Karim to now be their eye in the Swiss and pretending to be a member of us, they're representing them, to be giving them the information. The people have already discovered Karim to be what? A sellout. So those 3 holes have been discovered. So there's no way for us to escape in that talks. There's no escape road on that talks on that table. With all these strategies, these people have all discovered it. There's no escape road. So if we go to that table with these things blocked, there's no way we are going to escape. So that part is not more possible. We will face the enemy, we will face the aggressor to us direct. We will come out direct through the main hole. And that's why we say, okay, they said they are going to win us on the battle, to fight us on the battle because they want to face us directly. So Karim becomes redundant. So what they told Karim is that for you to be relevant, just come and we'll pretend that we are putting you in prison, and then we take you over there to prison and lock you, so that when we are trying to release political prisoners, at least you have that time you become a little bit relevant because it will be as if you have suffered some prison terms. So Karim going to prison is a negotiation with La Republic. The first time he went to prison, he went to release information from Swiss. The second time he's going to prison, he's not more going to release but to receive what Macron brought in and the next strategy and to become relevant in the next strategy since the other holes have been blocked. The strategy of the Swiss is no more relevant because the enemy saw that they were to find an escape channel. When they discover that the escape channel is not there, it becomes irrelevant. They try to escape from it. Karim now becomes irrelevant. They now try to find a next way that they can make Karim relevant. And to make Karim relevant is that please just go into prison. We can remove you, all of you together in the near future when we talk about release of political prison. Then you can get some relevance. So, fellow Ambazonians, when you win battles, be happy that you have won battles. Don't be confused. Smile like our president. Dr. Samuel Sakuya Cafe Day Up. Throughout Facebook, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and WhatsApp. We had close to 600 viewers live watching at you. Addressing your people, talking to your people. What else do the international community need to know who is the president of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia? What is the proof? Chris Andou will go and see 30 people. Marente will go and have 15 people. Who is then the president? Those are small groups. Can they come and compare with about 600 people that came out to say, Papa President, your cafe, or we want to hear the next step from you? I'm very happy that you came out yesterday smiling because you know deep in you what is happening. You know that is a battle that we have won. If you block all the channels of the Radmo, you come out, you kick it. So now we are planning to just cut the head of the Radmo as it's coming direct to us. It's a battle we have won. So the Swiss talk starts with somebody going to prison. Yes, it started followed with somebody going to prison. And the same person goes to prison and then they declare it ended. Does anybody need any other proof to know that Karim went to Swiss for the sake of La Republic? Does anybody doubt what I said that he went to prison first? The first time he went to deliver everything that was discussed in Swiss to La Republic government and to Seseko. Is somebody still doubting those statements? If you doubt, then you look at what is happening. He went again to prison for 2 weeks and then they called the team up because they have already told him that we are no more going to take that channel. There's a new channel. Because we are no more take that channel, you become redundant, you no more be useful. Go this way so that this new channel that we want to take, you may now appear with some element of relevance and consideration. Fellow Ambazonians, this is the objective voice, this is the natural satellite. Never doubt what the natural satellite sent out to the public. The natural satellite capture it as high it is because it's coming directly from the throne of heaven. Thank you, fellow Ambazonians. Let's amalgamate. Let's conglomerate. Let's come out tomorrow massively for K-Town. Let's draft tomorrow for K-Town. Let's go and tell Paul Nelong that we know your hard work. We are seeing whatever thing you are doing all day long. We thank you for your effort. Let's go and stand with the K-Town make cheer. Let's go and add our effort to ensure the Radmo coming out direct with us will cut the neck and completely send them out of our land. Thank you, fellow Amazonians.